Somebody went through long-term relationships that did not end on a good note. There was a lot, that has went on in these connections, and you moved forward or tried to move forward, but in the way that you move forward, you tried to move forward in a way that was like you shut off your feelings because of a fear of abandonment. Like, you went through a lot of pain. I do feel there was a lot of pain that you've experienced. I do feel you caused pain as well, but there was a lot of pain caused towards you too. And you kind of like racked up karma. You and these people both, all of you racked up karma, take it however it fits for you in the situation, okay? And the next two connections that you got into were making you go through a cycle of repeated things that made you or triggered abandonment issues and childhood traumas within you, okay? It triggered childhood traumas and abandonment within you. I do feel that you stepped away from these connections. For somebody, you stepped away from these connections in the past, not trying to feel or look back or think about it, and you dealt with a situation where you were kind of like more dealing with your feelings and trying to pay attention to what's going on. This could have also like triggered you to go into your healing journey. For some of you, your spiritual journey. Somebody's dealing with an energy that they're still thinking about, still care about, okay? And you may be going through a period of paying karmic debts. This person is also going through a period of paying karmic debts because this person also had that same experience or similar experience as you. I do feel like there's a new love for somebody. I do feel like there is going to be two people that are going to try to come into your life. Okay, I'm seeing two different types of energies, okay, that are going to try to come into your life. One is very fiery and the other one is air. Strong fire placement, strong air placement. And you have another fire that is kind of trying to hold on to your energy as well, or trying to come back into your energy, or has not let something go. Still trying to heal from something. So getting into this energy that there's a stronger energy here that you may have strong feelings for, and things are just not making sense right now with how they're showing up in the 3D, right? You may feel a strong connection to this person, but physically in a 3D it's not making sense. It's not meant to make sense right now for you. Like, it makes sense because, like, spiritually, your higher self is knowing that there needs to be work done between you and this person, or work done within this person. Like, if you were gonna try to make this work, like, you would not be fully ready, right? So your higher self knows within you the answer that you're just not ready yet. Like, there still needs to be work done. I do feel like this person feels that way too, but there's still some things that they're needing to experience, right? You as well. Okay, this is a learning process for you as well, and you're growing as well. I feel like you're going to be more stepping into your creative energy and working on things that you're needing to work on. Connecting more to your higher self and your energy. I feel like this is going to be more of a spiritual thing for you, as well as like financial things too, but I feel like this is really important for your path. Okay, so this person has been holding back their feelings for you, their true feelings for you, because they feel like you will reject them if they share their feelings for you. They have a fear of you rejecting them if they show you how emotional they are, how they really feel about you. Yeah, this is somebody that you've been thinking about a lot. And it might not make sense to you why they're holding back. But that's the reason why they're holding back. They're afraid to be vulnerable with you. And you could be having thoughts of like, okay, this is really over. This is, this is done. And, I need to accept things for what they are. Like, you are detaching. You're working on detachment right now. But I do feel that this person, and I'm seeing that this person, oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, this is how they feel. And you are feeling like the situation is too much mentally. Too much mentally and emotionally, that you feel like it's draining you because you keep going back and forth in your head about what it is and what it ain't. Like, you feel like you put so much time and energy and trying to put effort into this, and that you feel like you just have to let it go and release it. You have to detach, or you're needing to detach. This person has lost control in their life, and they feel like the decisions. Okay. So this person has been through a lot within the last couple of years, and a lot recently that you don't know about, that they have not told you about, because they don't want to burden you with their issues. I'm saying again, this person that's been on your mind, okay? They don't want to burden you with their issues. They feel like they've lost control of their life, and they're trying to get things back on track, or they feel like they keep making mistakes, keep messing up with choices that they're making in their life. They're needing to make better decisions. They feel like they kept messing up. They feel like whatever they're doing, or things that they have done, or things that they're trying to do, is not working out the way that they wanted to. And it's because they're needing to release things. They're needing to release the karmic things that are around them in their life, the things that they keep repeating. They're trying to hold on to these things and move forward, and they're not able to do that. So they're having to go through this process. You may be in the energy of feeling like, or you could be picking up on their energy as well. I am feeling like you're picking up on this person's energy, like a sadness, or feeling unworthy, or feeling like, that you're not able to have love. You're feeling kind of lost. This could be their energy. They're not wanting to tell you how they feel, but this is how they feel. Again, confirmation that I have also debts that need to be paid before I can come back to you. So they're having to pay karma. They're having to go through things, and they're also wanting to work on things in their life because they feel like they've lost control of their life. So they're trying to have or build up more stability in their life. They're trying to find themselves. They're not right within themselves, so they don't feel like they can be there for you if they're not able to be there for themselves. They try to run away from you, and they continue to try to run away from you. This is a runner. Okay, you could be twin flames. They try to run away from you, but they keep craving you. There's something about your energy that they miss. They feel comfort. They feel loved. But at the same time, they don't feel worthy. They're afraid of it. They don't know if it's genuine. Like, they're very confused about what it is that they want, only because they don't feel worthy because of what they have and don't have in their life. They're really stuck on material things and what they have and don't have. They're really stuck on wanting stability, but it's nothing wrong with trying to work on yourself and build yourself up financially, but it's not just financially. Like, they're needing to do healing work within themselves and also release things in their life that's not healthy for them. So they're not prepared and ready to pursue you, because if they try to come in now, they still have so many things that they have to deal with within their. So I mean, at this point, I don't feel like you don't know that a lot of this is going on. I do feel like this person is keeping a lot from you, but intuitively you know a lot of things that is not being spoken. Okay. But what they're not doing is communicating with you, or just being upfront and honest about what they're going through. Like, they're trying to just deal with this and kind of like push you to the side. It's like they're not trying to prioritize you right now, and that's where you're pulling your energy back and like, okay, now you're hurting me because you're not being open with me, you're not communicating with me, and there's something going on with you, and there needs to be no communication at this time because you guys are both needing to work on yourselves. Whether you guys choose to make this work or not, I do feel like there's energy there that both want this to work, but at the same time, I do feel like you're tired. But at the same time, they need to go through this, and you're also needing to go through what you're going through. So it's more so just about focusing on yourself and loving yourself and doing what you need to do in your own life, while allowing them the time and space to do what they need to do in their life, and just accepting things for what they are, right? They feel emptiness inside of them, and they don't know how to open up. Like, they're pretending to be okay around people that they're around. Whatever the situations are that they're around is very karmic. And they feel emptiness within them. And they push you away because they are not ready for the responsibility of dealing with the connection, or taking on any responsibility, because they are not even where they need to be at for themselves. And they are embarrassed by the way that they treated you, the actions that they took or didn't take towards you. They do feel like an energy of disgust within themselves because of how they treated you and how they pushed you away. Like, they're struggling with these thoughts and these feelings about how they treated you. So it's not like they just blocked you out and it's like, oh, they're not thinking about how they're treating you. They are, and it's bothering them. They're going through a dark night of the soul. Okay, they're having to rise up from the ashes of what they're dealing with right now, but they are having to release a lot of things from their life. They may be feeling like you abandon them, or you're abandoning them because they feel like you're not gonna wait, or they have fear of you abandoning them and triggering childhood traumas. Like, they are afraid that you, by letting you in, if they let you in, that you're gonna trigger some childhood wounds or traumas, that they're afraid to be hurt. There may have been things that happened that something about your energies trigger each other. They trigger each other's wounds and trauma. And I'm also saying that they feel like you have become too difficult for them to handle. It's not easy. You're not easy right now. You're not easy right now. They are not able to manipulate or lie, or just for things to be easy, or not, like, they feel like it's hard, and that's kind of like keeping them turned off or away from the situation as well, where it's like, it's not chilling and having fun and playing and all that other shit. It's like you're more difficult for them to get to do what they want to do, or to just accept things the way they want you to accept them. Like, you're not gonna be sitting there tolerating whatever it is that they're trying to just offer you and give you, and it's kind of like they're not wanting that, or they're not cool with it. It's like a turn off for them because they're not able to deal with that right now. And for someone, yeah, they don't want you to hit them up. They feel like they're dealing with enough in their life. They got other stuff going on. Even though they're thinking about you, even though they are disgusted with how they're acting, they're very much in their ego as well. They're in their ego. Like, they could hit you up and they could talk to you, but they're fighting it. They're fighting the urge to talk to you. Okay, they don't have it together, so they're wanting to focus on what they got going on in their life. They feel like it's just too much for them to be dealing with a connection right now. At least with you, they're probably dealing with karmic situations right now, things that are just easier, things that seem more fun, things that seem more just easier to deal with at the moment. They knew that they were losing you, and they know that they're losing you, and they're not doing anything to put in the effort and fight for you. Yeah, they're distracting themselves with other things and people so that they don't think about you, because you've been on their mind a lot. They may also have something important that, so yes, they are very much in their ego, but they are also running and hiding. This is runner energy again. They don't feel like they can be vulnerable with you. They don't want to open up about their feelings. They don't want to heal and open up their soft side or open themselves up. They rather hide and they rather run instead of opening up and letting you see them truly how they feel. It's not that they don't have feelings, but they're self-sabotaging and doing whatever they have to do with how they're dealing with it. It's just that everybody deals with their pain differently, and everybody chooses to go through their healing process differently. And instead of being vulnerable and speaking on their true feelings, they're choosing to mask it and hide and choose to let go and go towards other things. So you're not wrong to feel like pulling your energy away is the best thing, because this person does care, but they don't want to care. They don't want to care. Like, they care, but they don't want to care. They're doing everything to try to let it go. Yeah, my ego is too big to care. And it's like a mixed thing. Like, one minute they feel bad about what they put you through, and the next they don't, because their ego's too big to allow them to care. They feel like they're doing what they gotta do to move forward, and it doesn't matter. And I do feel like this person's gonna be dealing with karma through the situation. They have a lot of anger within them. They feel like they don't know where their light is at. They feel alone and in the dark. They have people around them and they still feel lonely. All of these things that they're allowing themselves to be around, these people they're allowing themselves to be around, is just temporary things that are just keeping them distracted. They're keeping them in the matrix. These are just things keeping them distracted from how they really feel and what they really want. They're chasing money, or, chasing and allowing addictions, doing things that are fun, but I'm getting lower vibrational things. Okay, there's a difference between going and do something fun and then doing things that are just gonna get you into some shit, or it's just dangerous, or things that are just toxic. So their focus is on their own life and what feels right in the moment, and they don't want to be bothered with worrying about you. They are paying their karmic debts again. Confirmation. They're going to be paying karmic debts. Something's going to happen where they're going to go through a shift, and they're going to go through a dark night of the soul situation where they're having to release all these things in their life, or they're going to risk their freedom, or have to repeat all these things again, going through another karmic situation, like a cycle again, because they are not willing to do the healing work. So it's going to be up to them what they choose to do. But right now I'm feeling like it's just really important for you to focus on you. You're not wrong for wanting to detach. You're not wrong for not reaching out or trying to communicate or force anything. You're pulling your energy back, your time back, your efforts, your love, and you're putting it into you, or needing to. Yeah. They push you away because it's just too much for them to deal with. They don't want to support you right now. They want to focus on themselves and whatever it is they got going on. They're not mentally strong right now. And they have things in their life right now that needs their full attention, and they're going to need this full attention to focus on what it is they need to release, what it is they need to work on. This could be trying to survive. trying to get their life back on track. It's not wrong to not put another person first before yourself, but they are filling up their time with other things and people. So they're not making you a priority, but they've got time for all these other things. And these are things that they're going to have to realize through these situations that are not healthy for them. They got to realize it's not healthy for them and what it is that they really want in their life. And I don't feel like it needs to be a forced issue with focusing on a connection between the two of you. Yes, they are thinking about you. Yes, they're so does crave you. Yes, they keep trying to run, but it's not right to keep you in this confused energy. That's not healthy. Okay, that's toxic, and it's giving karmic vibes or karmic energy. But with twin flames, it can be like very up and down. And this person may have made a lot of promises to you. Okay, they may have tried to come out or tell you that they're loyal and there's somebody that they can count on, that you can count on, but they can't even show up for you when you need them, or even show up for you. Like they may have blew you off during very important things, or have not showed up for you in many times, and show to you that there is no loyalty, that there is, like, they're not to be reliable, or they're not reliable and you can't really count on them. And you may have voiced this to them, and they try to make excuses or try to, just, it's like they just don't want to deal with that responsibility. Like, they want you to accept whatever breadcrumbs they give you, and that's it. But at the same time, they're not putting any effort. It keeps saying that they do care, but they're not showing you that. And they're fighting this. It's like dealing with two different sides. Like, they have these deeper feelings, but they're fighting themselves over this. Like, they don't want to have these deeper feelings for you. They're trying to do everything in their power not to be vulnerable and give in to these feelings. And they do have many regrets from a lot of things, but at the same time, it's like they're telling themselves, I don't care, I don't have to care, I shouldn't care. Like, it doesn't matter what I do type of thing. Like, they're trying to make excuses for themselves. They were trying to reject you, or they've been rejecting you because they feel like they're protecting themselves. It's really about their feelings. They have a huge ego, but they also they have this soft side, and they don't want to be vulnerable with you. They're being real selfish. But you are also needing to be selfish, but not for the same reasons that they're being selfish. You need to be selfish so that way you're not in a dark place because of your thoughts and your feelings, because of holding on to somebody that is not trying to put in that equal effort with you. Just trying to keep you in the dark. Yeah, you guys are living two different lives, and you guys are not on the same page. You may be more responsible than they are in many ways, and they're just not ready to grow up. So for somebody, you're probably just ready to let this go. You're probably ready to let this go. You've had enough of how this made you feel. I do feel that you made an effort to try to communicate with this person, and they let you be vulnerable and speak your emotions and all of that. It was kind of like an ego boost for them. They're trying to make it seem like, oh, it's your loss. You're the one losing. Like, they want you to chase them, or they want you to make them feel like you're miserable, but you actually try to show effort and try to communicate and try to, prioritize them and look out for them and be there for them. And they've been pushing you away and rejecting you. Again, you are not wrong for pulling your energy away and finally saying it's time for me to let this go. You're detaching from the situation. You may have detached from the situation and been working on detaching from the situation before this, but this person was pulling on your energy. And it's constantly like when you feel like, okay, you're almost done completely with the situation and you're finally moving forward, and it's like they feel that within them, and they start pulling on your energy again. That's that, again, twin flame thing. It's a cord for somebody, but I do feel like it's twin flame energy, but it's a cord definitely. If you're interested in cord cutting, I do that. This person could have been possessive with you, and they feel guilty about being so possessive with you. They're in this lack mentality, feeling unlovable, and blaming themselves for all of the things that they feel like, they do feel like they did a lot of things wrong, but they're not expressing that. So it's like, again, they're feeling regret, but also telling themselves that not to give a crap, that they have no reason to give a crap, that they can't care. So again, they're battling themselves. They're within themselves. They might be an overthinker. This person could overthink a lot and be struggling with sleep. Okay. They could have felt very codependent, and they're trying not to go fall into that again, which is understandable. They also could have been very jealous. They could have said this about you too. This could have been things that you dealt with as well, struggles that you went through as well. With all the things, you could have felt all of these same ways. You guys could have been mirroring this energy and having to grow and heal through this experience. I do feel like you're doing the work. I feel like they notice a lot of things about themselves, and they're afraid. I definitely feel like there was mirrored energy here, and you've been doing the work and acknowledging these things within you. I do feel that they acknowledge these things within them too, but they're afraid to admit it. Like they're afraid to let you in because they're afraid that they're gonna fall into the same pattern or cycle, is what I'm getting. So they're really afraid that there's going to be more issues, that there's going to be pain, that they're going to get their heart broken. So they rather break your heart and not be in the picture than allow themselves to open up their hearts and get their heart broken. This person runs before somebody can break their heart or feel like somebody's going to break their heart. They're too afraid of love. They're afraid of getting hurt. Yeah. Look at that. Confirmation. Okay, and right now they're listening to people that are in their ear telling them that, you know, they shouldn't give this a chance, that no, they're not making the right decision, they shouldn't do it, they're only going to go through the same things, or things are not going to get better. These are people that don't want to see them progress, or they're just people that are not in a place to give good advice. Okay, they're not in a place to give them the right advice. These are people that just are going through situations themselves and they can't give good advice. They're not gonna see things as a whole. They're only gonna see things from their perspective, what they understand. They may also be dealing with someone right now that they are not wanting to let go of yet. This could be another person or situation that is just beneficial for them. They still haven't done some healing with from past traumas that they're needing to do. And they're going to be going through situations where they're going to be dealing with that. Again, at this point, I mean, nobody's obligated to sit around and wait for somebody to heal and change or grow. But I do feel like again, twin flame energy, you don't have to be with your I'm not saying not to care or, not to have faith in a situation or just to give up on somebody you care about. But in this situation, I feel like you will only be hurting yourself by holding on and waiting around while this person is living their life. And I do feel like you are doing what you need to do for yourself, and your focus is not on jumping into something, into the next thing. Yeah, this person, I did mention how they feel like you guys are living two different lives. And again, they fear that you guys are too different. And you may also have that fear too. Like, you guys are too different. Like, they live a completely different lifestyle than what you are living or what you are wanting. Or they may feel like you two are very different people. Like, for example, you could be very spiritual and they could be not very spiritual. They could be into other things, or just that's like somebody living in Beverly Hills and somebody living in the hood. Like, two different lives, two different lifestyles, two different ways of living and existing and working, and what you have around you, what you're okay with, what you're not okay with. Fear of you guys being too different for it to work. This person is struggling with doing what they feel is right for themselves. They struggle with listening to their self and their intuition and what it is their heart truly wants. And they're not honoring themselves by keeping in their true feelings and their true thoughts and what it is that they truly want in life, or what it is they truly want in love. They're also dealing with insecurities within themselves, feeling like they're not worthy and not enough, like they don't have enough to offer, they're not a good enough person. They're dealing with a lot of things within themselves that they're not letting out. And I do feel like you unconditionally love this person. Like, it's the energy that you guys have with each other. You're able to overlook all of the differences because it just feels right when you're with them. They sabotage a lot of relationships because of a fear of being hurt. They also keep unhealthy relationships around them because they feel like it's easier to deal with people that are not healthy. Like, they know that they... Okay, so it's easier for them to be around people that like to get lit, like to party, like to, are a little fucking dramatic or or toxic, you know what I mean? Things like that, because they feel like they can relate to them. And it's the weirdest thing because they feel like it's easier to be around that, but they want healthy. But I mean, it's easier for them to continue doing the same thing. They're not ready to let it go. They're not ready to let it go. You may be somebody that is more focused on, getting more serious about life, and not being around the club scene, or not being around the party scene, or not being around just a lot of lower vibrational things. Like, you're completely transforming your life. And maybe this was something that you guys were able to do before, but you're not trying to repeat the same old thing. Like, you're trying to move forward and be healthy. And they just, that's where the part where it's like you become too hard for them, because you're not easy in doing all the fun things that you guys were doing, or you're not being toxic like you guys were. Not saying that there wasn't moments that you guys had that were not that were unhealthy, but you're trying to do the work to be healthy, and you're trying to move forward and do things differently, and they're just not feeling ready for that, or they're not ready to commit to that. They're wanting to focus on whatever it is that they're doing right now and getting through their life the way that they are with whatever they're doing, in many different ways, and what they're having around them, what kind of people they're having around them, whatever it is, because it's just easier for them. They don't want to let it go. And I don't feel like it's like you're trying to force them into doing or changing their lives. Like, I just feel like you just want to be more serious and focused on positivity and moving forward in a healthy way and in a healthy direction. Not saying that they have to, transform their life the way that you want them to transform their life, but they feel that if they give in to you, that you're taking control in some way, or they're losing control in some way. They have a lack of self-love. They haven't been loving on themselves the way that they should. I do feel that this is something that they are going to be working on. They also have a lack of confidence. And again, a confirmation of fear of vulnerability. So they're working on their confidence. They do know that they need to love on themselves. So this person is also struggling with accepting in themselves. So they worry that you're not going to accept them for who they are, truly, but they're not even accepting who they truly are. Like, I do feel like this person is not truly themselves around others, or even understanding themselves fully. Like, they're discovering themselves. So this is another reason why they're going through this process. And again, it's not a bad thing that they're going through this. So it's always possible for people to go through separations and heal themselves and work on their lives and work on discovering what they love and discovering themselves and possibly reuniting. Okay? Especially twin flames. But again, I was saying earlier, you don't have to be with your twin flame. We can still be with soulmates. You don't have to be with the twin flame. But I don't feel like that's going to be your main concern right now in your life either, is jumping into the next thing. Because you are also working on your life and yourself. Like, you've given a lot. You put a lot of time and energy and love into others. And now you're wanting to pour that back into you. So in your way, you're being selfish, but in a good way. Where, you're not trying to hurt the other person. You're just trying to do what's right for you and best for you. And I do feel like you tried to show love and you tried to be there, but it wasn't the right time, right? It wasn't time because this other person still had to do a lot of work within themselves. They feel incomplete. They feel, when you guys are together, they feel complete. They feel like something is missing. No matter how much they try to hide this or try to run from this is why they always end up pulling on your energy again. Because they feel you pulling away. And you are pulling away again. So don't be surprised if they try to come circling back around. They're afraid of commitment. They're afraid of commitment because they're afraid to get hurt. And they still have a lot of unhealed past relationship pain too. They play the victim a lot. They have to go back and think about how they've treated other people and what they've done in those connections, because they have hurt people badly, as well as you.